What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Prepper Soul Alone Show Season 9 preview. Super excited about the new season that starts actually tonight at 9 p.m. on the History Channel. So already into Season 9. Last season was an absolutely phenomenal season. If you have not watched it, excellent. This show is by far one of my favorite reality TV shows on TV, and basically because there are no cameras. It's you and yourself out in the woods, see how long you can last. There's no other type of shows that are out there like this. So, an absolutely phenomenal show. And I do apologize. I did lose my voice a couple days ago, at a concert. So I'm struggling, but I got my waters here. I've got my hot coffee, so hopefully I can get through this quick show here and go through pretty much a lot of all the contestants on the show. We'll go through a lot of the statistics on male and female, how many days the average winner is, those sort of things, how old the average winners is. So we'll really dive into a lot of the numbers here, when it comes to the Alone Show and the environment that they're working in and all those kind of things. So bear with me there. And always follow me on Instagram, Twitter. I post on there a little bit at PrepperSoul. So I'm going to try to ramp up my YouTube channel, ramp up my Instagram following, that kind of thing. And because with everything kind of going on in the world, I think a lot of people need to be prepared for what's going to happen soon. So I'm going to start really ramping that up and get some of my information out there. And hopefully, some of you would like that. And always click like, subscribe. I appreciate it as well. So now we kind of got that, out of the way. Once again, show starting up tonight. I'm going to go through who I like as a favorite to win the show as well. So I'll give you my pick, later on, in this broadcast here. So let's kind of dive into it. I'll share my screen here. We're going to kind of go into a little bit of, kind of last season and, kind of dive in to, who won last year and then dive into, a little bit of season 9 here. We had Clay Hayes actually from Kendrick, Idaho win last season, 74 days. That was out in Chico Lake in British Columbia, which is on the western side of Canada. And so now for season 9, they're going to be traveling to the eastern side of Canada, which almost getting close to Greenland, up there in Canada. So it's going to be really cold once again this season. It's going to be, once again, the Bears are going to come into play this year, as they did in season 8. We saw a number of not only grizzly bears, maybe this time, and I'll play the trailer here for season 9 too as well. They were pushing a lot of the polar bears this year, so maybe we'll see a lot of those, but that will always be a threat. And also, we saw even in episode 1 of last season, season 8, mountain lion right off the bat. So a lot of these predators are going to be making their presence felt, here in season 9. So I have a feeling, I don't know exactly when this season was recorded, but I'm sure it was kind of in that late fall, entering into winter type of season. So you'll probably see no snow on the ground, and then a couple of episodes in, the snow will pick up heavy. I could be wrong on that. I don't know when exactly. I'll try to look up when they actually recorded this season, but I couldn't find that details. So who knows when exactly the time period they actually started filming, but I'm sure it was pretty much late fall, early, starting early winter. That's when the snow kind of picks up a couple weeks in. So they got a little bit of time to get their shelter built up and prepare for the winter. So, but this is the geographical location. This is a first, for this season. So, will be interested coming up. So here is also a list of the candidates, which I will go through all of them and kind of go through what they're going to be bringing on the show. So we got Adam Riley, actually from Arizona, and I'm probably going to butcher all these names too as well. So bear with me there. But Jaquez Turcati, Juneau, Alaska, Jesse Krebs from Colorado, Juan Pablo from Manitoba, Karen Lee from Iowa, Terry Burns from Alaska. So that's right up in his alley with those elements. Tom Garstett from Charlottesville, Virginia, Benji Hill from Idaho, Igor from Utah, and Temojin, I guess that's how you say his name, I'm not sure, and from Michigan. So only 2 females in this season's cast. And a female has never won alone, which is a little bit surprising to me. I would have thought that a female would have won alone by now, but they are, pretty much 0 for 9 when it comes to competing on alone. And but here's the one thing: a female actually has finished 2nd or 3rd in the last 3 seasons. So they're always there in the hunt. So big shout outs to the female survivors out there. Definitely holding your own when it comes to the males in the last couple of seasons. But an uphill battle for the females this year. They're actually, 2 of the oldest, competitors in the field. Jesse's 46, and then you have Karen, who is 56. So the average age of an alone winner is about 36 years old. So, throughout the seasons, 36 is your number. They're well above the average when it comes to age for winners of the Alone series. So little uphill battle for the females this year, but you never know with the season. You never know how people can survive the elements. So you never know when it comes to that. And so next up we'll kind of dive into I know we did go through and I'll also pull up on Google Maps here. Let me get a larger screen of where exactly Labrador, Canada is at. So, here's the United States, well up into Quebec, almost going, not far from, Greenland. So it's going to definitely be, in the elements there. But I just want to show, where exactly that is in relation. I know I showed a map earlier, so I'll show it again. And yeah, now we can kind of dive into the cast here. So I'll pull up the Alone cast and then also bring up what they're going to be bringing. So we'll start with Terry Burns here. And I read about him, earlier, age 30. Hometowns, got two hometowns: Hurricane, West Virginia; Homer, Alaska; commercial fisherman. It looks like he had, reading his bio, had like an accident, a near-death experience. He was actually hit, head on by a semi-truck, gave him a near-death experience. So has a new perspective on life, and got out of kind of the rat race. So, just kind of got. Looks like he kind of started going on, fishing trips, backpack hunting, and looks like he's, also survived a plane crash, almost lost his feet to frostbite. So he's definitely been through a lot of experiences, a lot more than a lot of, the average person. So he's definitely getting close to nature and has a new, aspect on life. So, he's also well below the age of the average winner. And he also has, that cold weather, environment. He's lived in the elements. So he's going to be bringing his axe, sleeping bag, bow and arrows, fishing line. You're definitely going to need those, that fishing equipment, to get your fish and those kinds of. So I'm sure they'll be on a lake there in Labrador, and and also bringing his pot, trapping wires, multi-tool, and that, cross-cut saw. You're going to need that for building your shelter there. So um, well below the age, has a lot of the warm weather experience. So definitely could be, a big favorite, as a winner, on the show. So he's definitely, kind of high up. And what I'll do is I'll certainly post all my odds of who I think is going to win this year. So I will also post those two as well. So Terry Burns, well below the average, a male, has the cold weather experience. So definitely could be a favorite in this year's show. So, and when it comes to like the average amount of days that a winner has won, I believe the average is around 70 plus days out of all the seasons as the winner. And I watched a little bit of the trailer, and so they had it going well past, well, I mean, up in the 60s. So 60 plus days out in the wilderness. So that will probably be the average, because last year the average number of days was 74. That was, that was, like I said, we're in Chico Lake, Columbia, Canada. And then also you look at, there was also season 6. They were also in, so season 7 and season 6 were both in Canada. And they remember season 7 was, they had to survive 100 days. That was who the winner was. And then season 6, they were also in Canada, 77 days there. So, and then also in season 4, they were also in British Columbia, Canada. That winner was 75. So you're looking at about, to win alone, you're going to be needing at least 70 plus days, and for those winners. So that's kind of the target number of days kind of looking at. And then we're going to move over to Tom, 35, actually from Earlysville, Virginia, actually from South Africa. It looks like he's also another one of those, those guys who is another one of the main, survivalists. It looks like he's a pretty big game hunter, can, hunt wild turkey, squirrels, rabbits. Looks like he also knows the land with wild plants and mushrooms. So that's going to be key. Survival. Looks like he's done a lot in the Appalachian Mountains. So a little bit lower on my board is because of the environment. When you go up to Canada, it's a massive, different in climate, but these are well-trained, survivalists. So they should hold their own. Also in that average age of about 35. So he's there when it comes to, the average age of a winner. So he'll probably be, middle of the pack when it comes to my odds. Once again, pretty much kind of the same kind of tools that Terry brought previously. So, and these people are going to be bringing pretty much the same stuff, nothing, too out of the ordinary. Here's Benji. We'll see kind of where, he's at, 46 years old, a little bit on the older end, Idaho. Big time, looks like hunting, pack goat guy too as well. And let's see, power lifter. Obviously, he's been pretty well suited when it comes to exercising and wellness. Knows his big game hunting, which is huge, so that he can maybe land an elk. As he's exploring the land, those kind of things. And then also looks like he's got a family here, a daughter. Those are huge when it comes to survival. Surviving in your mindset. When you start thinking about your wife and your daughter, that takes a toll on the mind, and that really, when you're out and alone for 30 plus days, that's a huge kind of X factor. If you're young and maybe single, don't have a family, those things might not affect you and weigh you down when you're out in the wild. So something to consider when it comes to his family, wife, daughters. Those always play big. But as previous seasons has shown people that have wives and family and kids win these shows. So it's all about battling, what's inside your mind. And once again, here's his top 10 things that he's bringing salt too as well. I'm guessing that is to um, flavor your meats, things like that. And we meet our first female on the cast here, 57 years old, well over the average age of an alone winner, but from Idaho. They have Idaho, and and those mountains have crazy weather too. Looks like she's a wilderness primitive skills instructor, so she knows the land, how to survive. Um, and it looks like she actually has a home pretty much off the grid, deep in the woods there in Idaho, which is really cool. I would love to have something like that. So off the grid, she's used to that. Um, so yeah, I hope, like I said, I hope a female does win this season, and I hope one of these females can pull it off here. So there's also her 10 items that she is bringing. And then also Jesse here, 49 years old, from Colorado, wilderness survival instructor. There's all her tools she's bringing as well. Looks like she also taught in the military. Huge skill set to have, good advantage there. We will meet Igor here, 40 years old, Salt Lake City, Utah. Looks like an American, an Egyptian, and a French-Russian father. Community leadership. So looks, not sure if, big day bow hunter, wild game chef, traveler, writer. Interesting profile here. They may be on the lower scale. I really don't see a lot of not sure how much survival sort of experience Igor has. So, just kind of going in, just blind eye, looking at it. I'd probably put him lower on my board. I just don't see it there in the bio. And then also a little bit over the age, of a winner. So I put him a little bit lower in my odds there. I'm not sure, who knows if he could win. You never know with these things. We got Juan Pablo here, age 30, on the younger end of things. Also, it looks like from Mexico. So, and we'll see here. It's weird because it has him, his hometown from Mexico on the History Channel, but then on the Wikipedia page showing that he's actually from Manitoba. So if he is from Manitoba, he's got the he has the cold weather experience. Looks like he kind of grew up in Mexico, so he might have moved, to Manitoba. It looks like he backpacked the entire Pacific Crest Trail, 99 days, paddling over 1,500 miles. Wow. Looks like from the Hazer to Hudson Bay. So yeah, a lot of survival, spending 100 days. Wow. So he definitely has a lot of the survival experience, the experience living off the land, well under the age, like I said, of an alone winner. So he would definitely be high up on my board, just judging by looking at his experience there. A lot of the same tools that a lot of the other contestants are bringing. Yeah, so he might be up my board when it comes to, my winner. He'll be interesting to see, interesting follow there. Adam Riley, age 36, right on the average age of a winner. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Treehouse builder too as well. It looks like he wrangles up some alpacas. Wow. So definitely loves kind of fishing the outdoors, building sailboats, which uh, sold his sailboat. Excuse me. Built a new cabin, floating the Arkansas River. So obviously he has a little bit of, um, that nautical experience building boats, living on boats. We saw previous, seasons, people build boats, go out better, easier to fish, those sort of things. Definitely is more of a risk going out on those cold waters. But if you're able to build a boat, a successful boat, you're going to be able to get out on the water, fish a little more, go out deeper and deeper waters, maybe catch bigger fish. So, that could easily be, um, an advantage. Looks like you spent over 80 days alone at sea, at an 8,000-mile solo journey through the Panama Canal. Wow. So he could definitely be up there in my odds as well. Like I said, he's right on the age of an average winner of alone. And then let's move into, I hope I'm saying his name right. I hope I'm saying Mr. Tan's name right. Temojin, not sure. Age 31, younger on the scale, Montreal, Canada. So he has the younger in age. There's his 10 items that he's bringing: sleeping bag, axe, multi-tool, fishing rod, ferro rod, 2-quart pot, bow and arrows, paracord, trapping wire, fishing line, hooks, emergency rations. So he's definitely has the cold water experience living in Ontario, Canada. And so definitely the cold water experience. And one thing I did want to bring up, like the Wikipedia page did say that Adam Riley was from Arizona. And one thing that I've figured out is that for people in their hometowns of like a warm climate environment, go up to this, up to this environment. And let me see what they said about Adam. And I'm not sure if the Wikipedia page is exactly the same as the History Channel. So like this one says it's from Arkansas. The Wikipedia page says he's from Fayetteville, Arizona. So maybe the Wikipedia page may be off. And doesn't really say anything about Arizona so maybe they're way off here. And as you know, you can change things when it comes to Arizona. But my thing, when I was redoing my research, a lot of people that go from like a hot weather environment, like in Arizona, or some of these non-cold weather, like there's one from Tennessee, like last year, Jordan Bailey's only lasted about 19 days. Really not a cold weather environment when it comes to Tennessee. But then like we go into like season 6, Tim Backus, he's from Lubbock, Texas. He only lasted 4 days. He did break his ankle, so he had to be medically evacuated. Brad Richardson was actually in season 5 from Illinois. He only lasted 7 days. So people that kind of go from and this was just going off the Wikipedia information. A lot of people that if his hometown is Arizona, go from a hot weather environment into a cold weather environment, kind of the same as like a football team. If you're from Miami, you have to travel up to the Northeast to play football. You're just not used to those kind of environments, and you're not going to perform well. So we'll see. I do not, there's a lot of conflicting evidence when it comes to a bunch of the, bunch of the contestants. But what are you going to do? So I think Mr. Tan's going to be, definitely a big, contender here. And then finally, our last contestant, Jacquez, and he is from Juneau, Alaska. So he also has that cold weather experience too as well. Age 23, well below the average alone winter age. Looks like he's also been able to he also has an off the grid home. being able to, teach sides, has a lot of wilderness skills in the mountains and those kind of things. So definitely middle of the pack. I'd put well below the age. So, um, well below the age. So, never know, especially when it comes to age, younger people, they sometimes can tend to make, uh, kind of more mistakes than someone who's older, who's more experienced, those kind of things. So I may put him down towards the bottom of my ranking system as well. But when it's, like I said, for my pick for this alone season, I'm probably going to roll with Adam Riley. Looks like he fits the age. He's got the wilderness instructor background. Just alone. I mean, just the experience here, spending 80 days alone at sea, 8,000-mile solo journey down, the Panama Canal, 22-day, 33 crossing over the Galapagos, going into the French Polynesia. So definitely has the experience. The age is there as well. Not really trying to see if there's anything about him having like a family. So those sort of things come into play too as well. Don't really have the mindset of worrying about, immediate family, those kind of things. I don't really, kind of know him. You're just kind of going off a blind resume. But so my pick is Adam Riley for this year's show. So that's going to be my odds. And once again, I will put all of my picks out on Twitter. I'll also put them on Instagram too. And so you guys can follow along. But I also will be doing a show every Monday recapping the Alone, every Alone season. So I'll just recap the next Alone episode, as to say. So look forward to season 9, and hope everybody has, a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Have you a great week, and be sure to check out Alone History Channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have you a wonderful day. Bye-bye.